Why the f haven't you reviewed Barbenheimer yet?
I've already been over this with you, Ghost Josh. I need to watch Oppenheimer a second time before I can confirm my feelings on it, okay?
Well, maybe you should stop reviewing this indie film that's been out for 2 weeks now that no one gives a shit about anymore, so you can go watch Oppenheimer a second time and finally fucking review Barbenheimer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go watch a 3-hour movie right now, Ghost Josh. Great idea.
Bitch.
Hi everyone, this is
Josh.
Today we're going to review Talk to Me, the new A24 horror film directed by first-timers Danny and Michael Philippou. This review will contain some spoilers as a heads up, so you've been warned. While you're here, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you can help your boy in the algorithm. You might know these guys from the YouTube channel Raka Raka, where they made a name for themselves doing these insane comedy/horror shorts with lots of intense stunts and action sequences. I'm kind of surprised that some of their content made it onto YouTube. Some of it is a little edgy and a little crazy, but I love that type of stuff. So if you do, then I think you'll be pleased with the channel. With Talk to Me, they try their hands at a feature-length horror film, and I think the results are impressive. Talk to Me follows Mia, a young teenager dealing with the anniversary of the loss of her mother. One night, she and her friends decide to contact spirits using a mysterious embalmed hand, and things get out of hand. From reading the plot, this sounds like a pretty just run-of-the-mill demonic possession story. There is the whole trope of the dead parent or relative who is the catalyst for the main character getting involved in some supernatural experience that ends up haunting them. Characters did make bad decisions sometimes. I think that's kind of just part and parcel of horror, but it's not bad enough that it brings down the experience of the film too much. Thanks to a solid script and some great filmmaking, this otherwise familiar story reaches heights that most other horror films fall well short of. There was clearly an effort to avoid a lot of common tropes, including the psychics showing up at the end so they can perform an exorcism, which I am so tired of seeing. Talk to Me tackles themes of grief, depression, and suicide, but the main point I took away is the horror of drugs, or more specifically, party drugs, and how one bad experience can send you down a destructive path. I kind of love how simple the concept is. It's something that most people can probably relate to on some level, and it's honestly something that needs more attention with the rise of fentanyl. What I liked most about Talk to Me is that the consequences felt meaningful. I feel like a lot of horror films today are too tame and will often kill off characters that you don't care about. Sometimes it almost feels like that's by design so that the film doesn't alienate too many people because they want more and more people to watch it, so they don't want something that's gonna make you feel too bad. That's not the case with Talk to Me. This is a rough ride where all of the characters, especially the protagonists, feel like real life characters, so when rough stuff happens to them, you're gonna feel it. It also helps that there's a lot of good performances. The acting here is much better than what you would normally see with low-budget horror flicks. The violence is very effective. This is the first horror film in a while that I've winced at and felt the need to look away during certain parts. There's one memorable scene where a young 15-year-old boy named Riley uses the embalmed hand and starts speaking to Mia in her mother's voice. The film establishes early on that you shouldn't use the hand for longer than 90 seconds or else bad things will happen. It does seem a little arbitrary for it to be 90 seconds, like how did you even figure that out? But I digress. Because of Mia's strong desire to talk to her mother, she makes Riley hold on for much longer than he's supposed to, which results in the spirits possessing his body and smashing his face repeatedly onto a table and other nearby furniture. The aggressive sound design makes it even harder to stomach. You can hear bones break, blood gushing, and furniture breaking at the very top of the mix. It reminded me of that gnarly scene in Detain where the main character needs to change her appearance and she thinks the best way to go about doing this is disfiguring her face by bashing her head onto the corner of this metal bathroom sink. I just cringed thinking about that scene. Oh god, it's rough. It is hard to watch, but it's an appropriate use of violence that communicates what this hand, or drugs, are capable of, and the awful implications of what the main character has done. What makes Riley's possession that much more devastating is that Mia is very close with him. There's a great scene early on where they're trying to fall asleep and they end up opening up to each other about what they're afraid of. Everything about this scene is so mesmerizing, from the cinematography to the music to the acting. It just works and really solidifies the bond they have with each other. So for Mia to mostly be the reason why he gets nearly killed is pretty depressing. I want to add that the practical effects during these gruesome scenes are really impressive. There are a few disfigured apparitions that the characters see when they hold the hand, and the makeup on them looks really good. I loved how consistent the tone is. I think a lot of that has to do with the excellent cinematography by Aaron McCliskey. There's a few amazing overhead shots that are really gonna stick with me, like the shot of the dying kangaroo on the road, which foreshadows Riley dying on the road later on. Another scene that really stands out to me is the opening with that beautiful long take where this guy is walking through this party looking for his brother, and it ends pretty horrifically. It's such a great setup for the story that really hooks you and makes you wonder about what will happen next. This film just works really well. The formula is familiar, but this film is constantly firing on all cylinders to make for a depressing but wild, enjoyable ride. I would have never guessed it was made for $4.5 million. It looks like it was made for like 4 times that amount. Super glad A24 picked this film up. They continue to find really talented directors who know how to do horror well. Big props to the Philippou brothers. I'm really excited to see what they do next. And yeah, I'm gonna give Talk to Me a 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching this review, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought about Talk to Me in the comment section below. If you like what you see, then hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you can know when I drop the next video. Thanks again, guys. I hope you have a great day, and that's gonna be it for me. I'll see you later.